12, week 12, part 4 of the 12th. And we're jumping back into it. We are standing in the ruins of Belkane, still covered by the illusion of normality. By the illusion of normality. A heavy blood moon hangs overhead with stars twinkling down at you, and the streets are full of whitewashed cottages with lovely thatched roofs. Rakust had in his hands a little creature, which vanished with a gay little poof. But now the party have advanced forward and are standing in the town square. A little fountain in perfect stop motion stands in the center. You can see the water like spraying up into the air, but it's not like moving, it's just like frozen there in stillness. And the door to the town hall is before you.
So
what's the plan?
I think my first thing I want to do is go up to like the fountain and like one of the water drops. They're frozen in time, basically.
Yeah, they're just like hanging there.
Okay, I want to take my finger and poke at one of the water particles.
Okay.
As it's like...
It doesn't feel wet. It doesn't feel like anything.
Oh, so it just goes right through?
You see your hand like go through it, and your hand just kind of distorts. Like you know, like a heat wave?
Mm.
Yeah, it's kind of
yeah.
like your hand does that kind of weird ripple.
Yeah, like basically like that.
Yeah.
Well, I could say one thing for certain. It's not real. So, town hall then. And let's go in.
All right.
So
Okay.
you turn around and approach the town hall. The doors are just there. Is there any like special stuff you want to do before swinging open the door and striding inside, or is it just...
I suggest checking for traps to our resident honey badger. I don't know what you... Or would that be like a perception check? In that case, I make it to pajamas.
You tell me.
I suggest perceiving for traps.
What are you doing?
I suggest perceiving for traps.
Your comrades stare at you and mute.
I want to perceive for the Fey, the creature again. See if I notice some laughing or anything.
Looking around you, you can't see any Fey creature in sight. You can hear no laughter upon the wind, only this eerie quietness.
I want to check the town hall, to look at it, to see if I perceive something that is not readily visible.
Okay. Looking at the town hall, you see the following: a 3-story building with a slate roof, various like glass shuttered windows, a large door, not a double door, but just a large door at the bottom, and it looks quite big and spacious. There's like 3 little steps leading up to the front door, and it looks very nice. The walls are all whitewashed, stonework and wood, and the door itself is oiled mahogany with a curving handle that looks like kind of like you know, like a cobra, and with that kind of like hood, like one of them just kind of swept down.
Okay, so do we check for traps?
Yeah, you do.
So I roll perception again.
I mean, what are you looking for?
Traps? I want to see if the door is trapped.
How do you examine the door?
The most efficient way.
What's the most efficient way?
I want to. I look closely at it. I pass my hand closely, but not touching, to see if I perceive any magical energy or enchantment.
Okay. Make an intelligence saving throw.
So and it's a D20 plus.
Plus your intelligence modifier plus proficiency because I believe wizards are proficient in intelligence saving throws. And
Okay.
proficiency is 2.
$16.
Yep. So, looking at the door, you kind of move your hand in front of it, and you see distortions. Make an Arcana check. And you can make the Arcana check with advantage because you're standing right next to it, looking at it very intently. Okay, 19. You can see distortions. And beyond the distortions, you can see where this oiled mahogany door stands. There's just this, like, charred black timber underneath a very thin, illusory veil of this solid door. But more than that, when you move your hand, you can see it, like, rippling. And you see, like, your fingers coming out of existence and, like, rippling back into existence. As a wizard, you're smarter than the average cookie. You know that there's not only an illusion here over the town hall that makes it seem normal, but there's a great deal of power causing distortions coming from the town hall, and you doubt that stepping through this door will lead you simply to the other side of a door.
So I turn around and I say, "There's something very wrong with," and I tell the party, "There's something very wrong with this door. I don't know what we'll find on the other side."
I wonder. I think Lauren, like, how thick are the walls? Would you say on the side out?
What, the walls of the town hall?
The walls of the town hall, yes.
As thick as a normal wall. They just look like, cobbled stone up to about maybe... I was about to say waist height, but you're a dwarf. But you're a 5-foot dwarf. You're pretty tall. So it'll probably be up to your chest height of cobbled stone, and then just wooden surfaces, whitewashed. You think maybe a plank or 2 of wood?
I don't know. I was thinking, like, how feasible would it be to smash through the wall in case the door leads to just a portal?
Smashing through the wall's definitely a viable option. If it's just wood, a couple of determined swings. If any of you have an axe or something like that, probably very easy. If any of you are intelligent and know that the actual solid wood is an illusion, then even easier. For example, Philly, you know that there's not a solid wooden wall.
Yes, I cast a firebolt at it.
At the wall.
Is that a good idea?
Yeah.
It's a fantastic idea.
So,
I'll burn everything. No,
do you know?
No, that would be
Yes,
bad.
no,
that
yes.
would be a bad idea. I just
You don't
kick it.
It's okay, we can
Kick
put
the
out the
wall?
fire.
Oh, we can.
Yes?
How would we put out the fire?
We
Does
got
anybody
holy water.
Dude, we can just stomp on it. I have chainmail. I'm a dwarf. I can stomp on it.
It might ruin information that we need from the paper, though.
Yes, it's a
Well,
whole
it's
wall.
a fireball. It's a firebolt. Well, what we'll do is, if it sets fire to it, we'll just immediately put it out. We'll smash it, and we'll just contain it. It's not going to set the entire building ablaze. We're not covering it in fucking gasoline.
Okay, so
We're making
Okay.
like a fucking 5-inch diameter smoldering center in wood, and then setting the remaining thing ablaze. If it's it's not at 5 foot. It's like fucking 5 inches. You can just put your hand over it, and the oxygen will just cause it to be put out.
Since it's a magic flame, do I have the ability to control the fire?
No, but there's not any real danger of you setting the building ablaze with a fire.
Also, I believe prestidigitation can just put the fire out.
That is accurate.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll do that. Do I need to roll for it?
You're just firebolting the wall.
It's a wall.
Yes.
Yeah, so what you see is you conjure the flame in your hands and you toss it towards the wall, and it hits where the normal vision of a wooden wall is, and it just goes through it and you lose sight of it. Philly and Brother Lauren, you both for maybe a second or two see this double image of a completely normal wall and a ball of fire like just going through and like out the other side and continuing a distance and then disappearing from view. And then like no, just normal wall. But both of you see that kind of like through and through of the firebolt.
So it doesn't catch a fire; it just goes straight through it.
Can we try to resist the illusion, since we know that that it exists?
You can try and resist the illusion, but trying to resist the illusion will tell you that it's an illusion. You are all very aware that it's an illusion. There's not going to be some like magical the illusion disappears before your eyes as you realize it's an illusion. It's an illusion, and you know
Just
it's an
saying.
illusion. I mean, you know.
Elves have resistance against being charmed, so
It's not a charm; it's an illusion.
okay, I don't know the difference. Okay.
Charms are when people are like, "You want to kill your friends," and you're like, "No, I'm an elf. I don't kill my friends." An
Okay,
illusion
okay.
is where it's like, "This is a gold coin and not a silver one." It's like, yeah, that's gold.
Okay. So what do we do?
We can walk through the wall or we can walk through the doorway.
Okay. Who wants to walk through the door?
I'll walk through the door. I'm tired of this shenanigans.
Also, I'm fearless and stupid. I go.
Okay, I
Pickle will
follow.
draw
I
his
follow you.
swords and dagger.
And I ready my spell. I ready myself for whatever happens.
Okay, so just walk in as you would.
Already walked in.
Who's the first through the door?
I'm the first through the door.
I am second.
Okay.
Pickle's third.
So Rakust,
Or
as you walk through the door, you like reach out and grab it, and you push it open. The snake, the cobra, the handle, just kind of goes down and swings open, and beyond you, you see a room looking perfectly normal, with a couple of dressers, doors leading off, a staircase going up, and a pair of stunted creatures that are kind of grey-green in coloration, and they kind of turn to look at you and go,
Nothing's on fire though, right?
"Nothing's on fire now. Lauren,
Alright.
get yourself back in there."
Looks like Gobble.
Yeah, if you could roll initiative. Yeah, there's just a pair of goblins. Boop, boop, doop, doop.
Gobble gobble. Initiative time. Woo!
That is correct. And nothing is no longer on the initiative. That was fun having nothing. But yeah. Do 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 do
I rolled 12.
do. And do 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 do.
I can't wait for the time where I actually go first in combat. That's gonna be great.
I know, right?
Have you tried fighting zombies? They have pretty low initiatives.
Oh, ogres have -2.
Zombies have -5 or something ridiculous.
I'd like to fight the zombies.
Dun 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 dun. That's pretty good. Cool. Okay. So you walk through the door and you see these two goblins standing there, and they turn around to face you, Rakust, and you can see in their eyes they're not entirely with it. Their eyes just are kind of like this glazed haze, and they're kind of not looking at you but right through you. Unfortunately, they seem to know how to kill you. So the one that sees you step through the door goes, ah! Pulls its bow back and goes, phew! Shoots you. Do do do. Crap, wrong button. Let's try that button. Do do do. Oh, so much suck. Sorry.
Now you're just somebody that Rakust to know.
So he pulls back his bow, lets off a shot, and it sinks into a wall nearby, and it just goes. Pickle, what do you do? Your comrades have like walked into the town hall, and there's a pair of stunty green creatures.
Hmm.
I'll move in and ready in action to attack with Lauren.
Okay.
Okay.
Philly, what you do?
I move here,
Cool.
and I cast Firebolt because it's the only spell that I can cast without expending spell slots. Where is
As
it?
we do. As we do.
It's here.
The door closed. What? What was that?
What? I don't understand.
Everything's going insane.
10
Oh, the room is different.
plus 2.
Okay.
It's 2.
Roll up your damage. Cool. And who was this against?
I don't know. Why?
Well, you said I don't know, so I'm going to say I.
Okay. So why is
Okay.
dead? Cool. So Philly, you step through the room and you let off a ball of fire. It slams into the goblin. The goblin goes, "Gah!" bursts into flame, and immediately, as you all kind of look around the room, everything's just kind of melted a bit. All the walls have just kind of swiggled around. The staircase, which used to be against the wall, is now just standing in the middle of the room, extending into nothingness. Up above you, you can see another floor, and another floor, and another floor, and another floor, just going into eternity. And the door behind you still stands open, and beyond it you can see the town hall where you just were. But there are two doors on the ground floor that are just leading into nothingness. You look through them and there's a wall. The last remaining goblin doesn't react in any way. What do you do, Philly, when you like step through firebolt and then the room just changes?
I don't have enough information. What can I do?
Good choice. So you stand in confusion. Brother Lauren, what do you do?
I suppose I'm going to attack the gobble.
Go for it.
So I will walk up and attack the gobble.
Okay.
And here we go.
Okay. So you cut into the gobbo and there's a gout of blood, and it goes, ow.
Gobble,
Ghost,
gobble.
what do you do?
Pickle's ready to action goes off, and he moves up with
yes,
Lauren to.
That's true. Pickle. Yeah, you thrust your sword through the goblin, and he goes, oh. Well, this is peculiar, and then goes limp. Blip. So combat's over. So you're standing in the ground floor of an infinite series of floors. The walls are all like solid wood around you, but they're no longer in a rectangle. The door leading out, you can see through it. You can still see the town square and the fountain. The staircase, which extends into nothingness, you see it like turning Harry Potter style, Hogwarts. It's just like turning, and it like slams into one of the nearby walls. And above it, you can see another staircase on the level above, turning and connecting to another floor. And you can just hear this like continuous noise of like things moving around. And then you hear from way up above you, you hear what do you do?
I sort of yell out at the gigglings and, is that you sprite? I'll tell you now, I like Coke better. 7-Up. Go fuck yourself. Something like that. I try to identify if that's a sprite.
You said there were two other doors besides the main one?
Yep, that's the door here. This is a door, and the door
Oh, okay.
here. And they're just like freestanding. and a jar, and beyond them you can see a solid like wall. It's almost like someone's put a door against a wall and then opened it, and there's a wall in like a door frame. It's it's entirely weird. So Brother Lauren, as you like shout up into the distance,
Hmm.
you just hear a oops. Can everyone please give me a perception test?
Give me another 20. 19.
Put them into the fire. Okay, 18.
Okay, so everybody except Pickle, you all look up, just because, and you see a large wooden object just slowly tumbling, gaining speed, falling, and you can see it's going to land on Pickle. It's just going. Pickle's the only one oblivious.
I dash into Pickle and carry him away from the blast zone.
Okay, give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh. But dexterity is a +0 to everything. Oh, 14.
Okay. So,
Wow.
Pickle, like, you see everyone just go, oh, and then Brother Lauren runs up and how'd you move Pickle out of the way?
Okay, well, Pickle is a
Halfling.
halfling, right? So
Yes.
he's smaller than me, so I basically just scoop him up like a baby and then just fucking dive out of the way.
Okay. So as you dive out of the way, you see a large object come tumbling down and slam into the ground with not a shatter, not a thwomp, but a kind of spring sound. It like slams into the ground, and you see the ground underneath you like bend down and then spring back up. And the large object is a wardrobe. It's a perfectly normal wooden wardrobe, and its door swings open. Inside, there's a bunch of brown clothes just hanging there, and they begin like stepping out of the wardrobe, raising their sleeves, and attacking. Roll initiative.
Man, okay. I no longer believe this is a sprite. This
Oh,
is an asshole.
animated
Through the
clothing
looking
are
glass.
best. They're the best.
18! Sorry, I got excited. This never happens. Meanwhile, Pickle with the fucking +4.
Cool.
Fucking
8,
garden gnome.
7, 11.
That's not accurate.
No.
Is that everyone's initiatives rolled? Cool, excellent. So, like, this wardrobe comes slamming down, the ground bends beneath it, and then you see clothing just come stomping out. It hovers above the ground, the hems of the robes don't touch the ground, and they're all just plain brown, like, robes with their sleeves extending towards you. What do you do, Philly?
Firebolt.
Set the clothes on fire!
No,
Hey,
not
yo, set the
firebolts!
clothes on fire.
Let's see if they can take the hit.
Oh! If you can't take the heat, get out of the fucking weird building.
Okay, so, which one are you targeting?
The one that's closest to me.
Why?
Uh,
Okay.
Well,
And again,
fine.
a damage of 0. And I don't understand why.
it's because you haven't set the damage die to be
Yeah.
1d10.
Just roll a d10.
Okay,
in
thanks.
general. Entirely fine. +2? Are you a level 2 wizard with access to a spell or something? An ability?
Oh, I thought it was +2 because of my intelligence.
No,
Add your
you don't
intelligence.
add modifier. You only added them to attacks, but not to damage when you cast spells, unless otherwise specified.
Okay, thanks. It's an 8 then.
Okay. And what occurs? Yeah, I'll tell you what occurs. You slam a bolt of fire into I,
Yes.
and it combusts. Part of it catches fire, and then the rest of it follows suit, and before you know it, there's just a small, smouldering pile of ash. Boop. Pickle, what do you do?
Well, has Lauren put me down yet, or am I still being carried over his shoulder?
I suppose you could. Well, I was carrying you like a baby, and then I died, and then I stood back up. So I'm assuming that we both got up on our own, and we're just sort of free.
Okay. I will slash it wide then as I stand up from the floor.
It does have sneak. Yeah, sneak
Yeah.
attack set. Yeah. Sweet.
Try to
Rogues.
cut its stitches apart.
Rogues, dude.
So you thrust your sword into the cloth, and it like rips.
Stood from behind.
Is it not enough to finish it off?
It's not enough to destroy it.
Okay.
Like
Bonus
a
action.
big... Yes.
Bonus action dagger to offhand it.
Okay, dokes. Cool. You stab it again, and it continues to unravel. But it's
Then I'll,
not destroyed.
Cunning action to disengage and go hide behind
Well,
recluse.
no, you already
Cunning
used your
action
bonus
is
action.
a bonus action.
Oh
Bonus
yeah, I
action is
forgot.
the dagger.
Sorry.
You're stuck in there. Sorry.
Yep.
Lauren, what do you do?
I'm gonna yell at the sprite or Faye. Your sense of fashion is all wrong, and then cut his clothes apart.
Okay. As you yell that, the brown robe in front of you just suddenly is rainbow coloured. It's like this red, orange, yellow, blue, green, violet, and it just ripples slightly, and then suddenly is that way. And you hear above you, better?
Yeah, and then I attack it.
And as you attack it, it like falls apart and turns into a tattered brown robe on the floor.
If you can make one that doesn't have a frickin' death wish, that would be nice.
Okay. O goes boop 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 and attacks Brother Lauren.
Of course he does.
Brother Lauren. Bum, 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 bum.
Now, the real question is, how does a clothing deal a damages?
Wouldn't you like to know?
I would like to know. Can you roll an 18 or higher and make me
So,
witness?
What
He's
happens?
gonna.
What happens is the plain brown robe walks up to you and then kind of flails against you. It like wiggles and it's like folds of cloth just kind of slap against your chainmail. Rakust, what do you do?
This is fucking
So-
ridiculous.
How high up is the fake creature?
What fake
3
creature?
stories? The sprite.
Oh, you can't see a sprite.
Didn't we see the glowing thing when we?
No. The perception roll was for the wardrobe
Yeah,
that
it was
fell.
for the
Oh,
wardrobe.
all right. All right.
You can hear giggling, but it's like coming from an infinite amount of stories above you.
Hmm,
Like
okay.
as though the voice of God was speaking to you.
I'm questioning what I'm gonna do, and I think I'm gonna go up the stairs.
Okay.
25 feet. Here.
As a point, I should probably move put a wall or something where they connect to. Red. Here we go. Red is the second story.
Am I in the second story or?
Do
in-
you climb the
in the-
stairs all the way?
Yeah, I want to, but
Put
movement.
yourself on the second
Long.
floor.
25. All right.
Okie dokes. So, what's your objective when you get there? Are you looking for something? Are you
I'm
trying
looking
to
for
do
the
something?
source of this giggling because I'm not liking this.
Okay. Roll me a perception test.
Perception. 14.
Okay. Unsurprisingly, you see nothing. There is no indication other than the sound of where this creature is. The sound, however, is coming from at least 4 or 5 more stories above you.
All right. Also, are there any papers scattered around or anything that.
You can see on the door, like just there on the second story, a plaque on the front, which is like polished wood, which just says records.
All right. I can't do anything, so.
Okay. So Philly, what do you do?
I take the search action. We are out of combat. Sorry.
No.
Or,
No,
Yeah.
there's a piece of clothing here that's trying to slap my dick off. Help me, dude.
okay, I take the search action to try to find the thing that's animating the cloth.
Give me an Arcana check.
Skills, Arcana.
Well, the search action is like when there's a wardrobe and you search it for living cloth.
Okay.
So Arcana tells you a couple
sorry.
of things. Firstly, the source of the voice is coming from a spell. The voice is not coming from a creature, but from some illusory source. Secondly, this entire place is like just radiating with magical energy. None of it seems real. Thirdly, the animated clothing in front of you seems to be powered by its own enchantment. Whatever is moving it is cast upon it. It's not being controlled by something else, but it is being manipulated, I guess,